All right, so we're out in my garage right now. I'm gonna take a look at the car and show you everything that I found. One of the things that I found really kind of troubling and almost uh, disgusting and disappointing is that we found a food bag stuffed under her seat, and she doesn't eat in his car. His car's clean. I mean, it's just that's just we don't do that. And she drives it maybe 22 miles a day or whatever. And there's a McAllister bag and food bag underneath the seat, and I'll flip it out and we'll start looking at the car here. So there's a McAllister bag and like a blueberry wrapper in there. So that just tells me they were driving this car around. I don't know where I probably should have seen how many McAllisters around town. Might give me an idea where this car was. But basically, this is the interior of the car. It's a super nice car. It's all black leather interior. One of the big problems that we had that really pissed us off was that they put a lot of the engine components in the back trunk of the vehicle. And Kathy had some bags of clothing in the back for a Goodwill and a couple pairs of shoes. And they shoved our seats down. These seats, they laid them down and they shoved everything down here, and they put shop rags down in the back and put parts in the car. But somehow, maybe the coolant bottle or the windshield wiper bottle, something leaked and created this mold. Let's see if there we go. Created this mold on our back seats from sitting outside because they don't have a facility that can keep these vehicles inside. I mean, just totally trashed it. We haven't had it cleaned yet. But I believe the shop rag that they put the parts on, I left it, I'll have to unlock the bag. The shop rag, I knew this was there because this is what type of bag it is, rag. It's right here. This is to absorb anything that spills. And it didn't do its job. They missed it. So we had mold in the car. And it actually stunk pretty bad for a while. And we cleaned it a little bit, but I told Kathy we need to stop because this was their doing, their damage that they caused to our car. So, along with that, so you can see it from over here, they got grease on our pillar. A handprint of pushing our car on the fabric of the car. Right there, some fingertips. There's a nice handprint from dicking with towing our car. And all along, I'm sitting here getting pretty pissed off because Corey's like, yeah, I just ran through QC, quality control. It's all good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you leave a grease print on my hand, on my pillar. So, anyway, here is a coolant. I went and bought a bottle of coolant. It's half empty. It's burned a half bottle of coolant since we got this car back from Gerber. Now, I'll show you underneath the car where we're missing the splash shield from the transmission. I got a flashlight here. So, there it is. Let's see here. I actually can't see it yet. I'm not seeing it. Let's see if I can pull it back. Nope. Okay. It's kind of hard to film that. No, actually right here. So this is the transmission right there. And there's supposed to be a shield that bolts to, dang it. Okay, there's the shield. That's the engine pan shield right there. There should be a transmission shield that goes over this X bar and covers the bottom of the transmission. It's gone. They didn't put it back. So, and if you look at the X bar, that's all radiator fluid dripping from the back of the engine. Now, what's concerning about that is that all the hoses and connectors and everything that go to this engine are on the front of the engine. So, from what I can tell, I don't see anything leaking from that. I see it coming from the back here, which, I don't know, it could be one way or another, but this wasn't an issue when we took this car in. And it's just unbelievable that we're dealing with this right now. Now look at the condition of the suspension components. They're pretty clean, you know, there's not a lot of corrosion on them or anything. But if you look at this transmission, and I don't know, you actually can't see it, but I'll just have to show you the engine. It looks pretty rough. I mean, you gotta be kidding me if they want to tell me that this is the transmission that was in here and the engine. But we'll go ahead and look at the engine now. Get up here. Go ahead and open the garage. It'll be a lot easier to see. This is what they put in the car. This is the engine that they put in our Audi. And granted, we bought this car with 30,000 miles on it, and it has something like 50 some on it now. And I just kind of shaking my head. I mean, I know this is just the cover, and I'll remove that here in a second, but this is the quality control. Okay. So here's a coolant bottle. When we got home that day from the grocery, I made this line. Since then, I filled this bottle twice to here. It had drained all the way out again, and now it's below here again. And at first I thought, you know, sometimes these Audis, you have to purge the system and have air bubbles in them and let that go. No, it's leaking. Well, you can see, you saw from earlier. So here is the spray paint. And they try to wipe it off from this spar that they had to repair. As you can see, there's plenty of room. There's spray paint on the hose right there. This hose, this wasn't here when they pulled the engine out. So why would he have done the repairs and then spray paint with the engine back in? It doesn't make any sense at all. See the spray paint down on the lower radiator housing? I just can't believe that this is how they do business. The brake line junctions, probably I can't really see those. Even those have spray paint on them. Unbelievable. So there's the alternator. I mean, really? And the steering pump to pull off the cowling. Oh. There you go. Corrosion all over the car. Here's something, I don't even know what the fuck, you know, they didn't, did buyers do this? Is this the kind of work that they did if this was our engine? Look at the shit. All this rust and debris and everything. The exhaust right here. That rust. For a garage kept car? No. This is a bunch of bullshit. This wasn't the car. This wasn't ours. I mean, all this, I mean, what is this? I mean, I know what this is. This looks like this is shop dust from paint and whatnot. But this isn't the engine that was in this car. And I just don't see, Erie, or us having to accept it for one, or Erie paying to have any work done on this. It should be a new engine, new components, or just buy the car from us or something. I don't know what the answers are, but this is crap, and this is why I'm making this video. So there's that. You know, you would think if you're getting a $20,000 bill for working on a car, you would at least send this through quality control and clean it, but you know, I don't think it was. I think there's something else at hand here. As far as the repairs and everything, I really can't complain on their paint. I thought they did a pretty decent job. The lens has some scratches in it or whatever, but I ain't sweating it. One thing Kathy did point out is that These scratches weren't there before. We don't know what that was. That could have been from the tow truck guys trying to push the car. That was let go. I don't really know how they're going to get the grease out of the fabric on the pillar. That's kind of bogus. So anyway, I think what I'll do from here is see if I can attach pictures and some other videos that I took when the car was going down on the timelines, and then call it a day.